There comes a strange moment in life. When you stop feeling tired physically. And start feeling tired emotionally. Not because life is hard. But because people are heavy. You spend years helping. Listening. Fixing. Sacrificing. Only to realize something painful. Some people never loved you for who you are. They loved how much of yourself you were willing to give away. And the moment you begin protecting your peace, they call you selfish. Carl Jung believed that the greatest danger to the human soul is losing yourself while trying to satisfy others. And most people never notice it happening. Because manipulation rarely looks aggressive. Sometimes it looks like family. Like loyalty. Like responsibility. Like guilt. But deep down, your spirit knows when something is draining your life force. In today's video, we'll uncover 5 signs that people around you are quietly destroying your peace. And why emotionally intelligent people eventually walk away from these traps before it's too late. Because protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's survival. And the final sign might change the way you see the people closest to you forever. Sign 1, they only remember you when they need something. Have you noticed something strange? Some people disappear for weeks. Sometimes months. But the moment they need help, suddenly your phone lights up. At first, you ignore it. You tell yourself, they're just going through a hard time. But then it happens again. And again. And again. And eventually you realize, you are not being loved. You are being used. There's a painful difference between someone who values you and someone who values your usefulness. One nourishes your soul. The other drains it. Psychologically, many people form relationships based on emotional dependency rather than genuine connection. And if you've always been the responsible one, the strong one, the helper, people unconsciously turn you into their emotional shelter. But here's the danger. The more available you become, the less respected you are. Because human nature often takes constant sacrifice for granted. You become the emergency number. The unpaid therapist. The emotional garbage can. And slowly, your own needs disappear. Carl Jung warned that people who ignore their own emotional exhaustion eventually become resentful shadows of themselves. Not because they are bad people, but because they abandoned themselves for too long. And the saddest part? Many people don't even notice they're being emotionally consumed until their peace completely disappears. So ask yourself honestly. Who checks on you when you have nothing left to give? Because those people, those are your real relationships. Sign 2, they make you feel guilty for setting boundaries. The moment you finally say no, watch how people react. That reaction reveals everything. Healthy people respect boundaries. Manipulative people punish them. Suddenly you hear things like, "You've changed. You're cold now. You only think about yourself." But protecting your peace is not cruelty. It's maturity. Many people were conditioned from childhood to believe that love means endless sacrifice. So every time they prioritize themselves, they feel guilty. And manipulative people know this. That's why emotional blackmail works so well. Some people don't control you with anger. They control you with disappointment. With silence. With guilt. With victimhood. And over time, you begin betraying your own needs just to avoid conflict. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Every time you abandon yourself to keep others comfortable, you teach people that your limits do not matter. And eventually, you stop recognizing yourself. Your energy changes. Your confidence weakens. Your happiness fades. Not because life destroyed you, but because you kept giving pieces of yourself away to people who never intended to protect you in return. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors with locks. And emotionally healthy people understand that not everyone deserves unlimited access to your mind, your time, or your peace. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is no. Without explaining. Without defending yourself. Without guilt. Because peace begins where over-explaining ends. Sign 3, they expect you to fix problems they created. Some people create chaos. Then hand it to you like it's your responsibility. And if you're empathetic, you automatically try to save them. You step into their drama. Their debts. Their emotional storms. Their broken decisions. And before you realize it, their life becomes your burden. But here's something powerful Jung understood. You cannot heal people who are committed to their own dysfunction. Some people don't want solutions. They want rescuers. Because being saved is easier than changing. That's why certain individuals repeat the same destructive cycles for years. Different crisis. Same behavior. And they always expect someone else to absorb the consequences. Maybe it's financial problems. Relationship drama. Constant emotional breakdowns. At first you help because you care. But eventually, you begin drowning beside them. And that's when you must ask yourself, am I supporting this person? Or enabling them? There's a difference. Real support empowers growth. Enabling keeps people dependent. And one of the hardest lessons in life is understanding this. You are not responsible for saving adults from the consequences of their own choices. Especially when saving them destroys your own mental peace. Some people will drain your entire spirit. Then call you selfish the moment you become exhausted. Do not ignore that warning. Because constantly carrying other people's emotional weight eventually crushes your own soul. Sign 4, they try to change who you are. One of the deepest forms of disrespect is when someone slowly makes you feel like being yourself is a problem. Maybe they mock the things you love. Your personality. Your habits. Your dreams. Your lifestyle. Little comments. Little criticisms. Until eventually, you start shrinking yourself just to avoid judgment. This is how many people lose their identity. Not through one major event, but through thousands of small moments where they learn that authenticity makes others uncomfortable. Carl Jung believed that becoming your true self is one of the hardest psychological journeys in life. Because society rewards conformity. People feel safer when you stay predictable. When you think like them. Dress like them. Live like them. But the moment you begin living authentically, some people become uncomfortable. Why? Because your freedom reminds them of their own fear. And insecure people often attack what they secretly admire. Never forget this. The people who truly love you will not require you to become someone else to earn their acceptance. Real love does not erase identity. It protects it. So stop apologizing for your personality. Your peace. Your growth. Your uniqueness. The world already has enough copies. Your soul was not created to become another one. Sign 5, they want you to sacrifice your happiness for their comfort. This is the final sign. And perhaps the most dangerous. Some people expect you to live according to their emotional needs. Even if it destroys your happiness. They want you smaller. Quieter. More obedient. More available. Because your independence threatens the control they once had over you. And the moment you start choosing yourself, they become uncomfortable. Suddenly your peace becomes selfish. Your freedom becomes cold. Your boundaries become attitude. But listen carefully. People who truly love you do not fear your growth. They celebrate it. The truth is, many relationships survive only because one person keeps abandoning themselves. The moment self-respect enters the room, the relationship changes. That's why some people panic when you finally start valuing yourself. Because they benefited from the version of you that never said no. But life changes when you realize something powerful. Your happiness is not a betrayal. Your peace is not selfish. And your life does not exist to keep everyone else emotionally comfortable. At some point, you must stop asking for permission to become who you were meant to be. Because the cost of betraying yourself is far greater than the cost of disappointing others. And one day, you will either thank yourself for protecting your peace, or regret every moment you sacrificed yourself trying to save people who never intended to save you back. As you grow older, you begin understanding something most people learn too late. Peace is more valuable than approval. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone deserves your constant sacrifice. And not everyone deserves a permanent seat in your life. Some people enter your life to teach you boundaries. Others enter your life to teach you self-respect. But both lessons are necessary. So if this video resonated with you, take a moment and ask yourself, who in your life constantly drains your peace? And more importantly, why have you continued giving them access to it? Because your life is not meant to be spent carrying emotional weights that were never yours to hold. You deserve calm. You deserve freedom. You deserve a life that feels emotionally safe. And sometimes, the most powerful transformation begins the moment you stop saving everyone else. And finally choose yourself. If this video spoke to you, comment the word peace below. And remember, the strongest people are not the ones who carry everything. They are the ones who finally learn what to put down.